The biggest moats start as tiny edges you barely notice, small, boring advantages that seem trivial. A cleaner process, faster response, or subtle distribution trick compounds over time. Protected and repeated, these edges grow into power. What looked insignificant becomes the moat others can't cross, because compounding turns ordinary edges into lasting dominance. Edges quietly compound through data, trust, and process. At first, they seem small, even invisible. Habits, systems, or relationships that don't look like power. But over years, they accumulate into resilience and advantage. What felt ordinary becomes extraordinary, because compounding turns quiet edges into moats. The strength only shows when time has sharpened them into undeniable force. Scaling too early tills defensibility. You replicate chaos before the moat has a chance to form. Early growth without structure spreads fragility. Systems break, trust erodes, and noise multiplies. Defensibility comes from edges that compound over time. Scale too soon, and you amplify weakness instead of strength, leaving no moat to protect what you've built. Constraint is not a bug, it's a feature. Limits sharpen focus, forcing clarity on what truly matters. They nurture community by creating shared boundaries and identity. They elevate quality by cutting excess and channeling energy into refinement. What feels restrictive at first becomes the discipline that compounds into resilience, trust, and lasting advantage. Here is an example. A product launch is invite-only, creating scarcity and focus. Early adopters feel privileged, forming a curated community. Limited access drives deeper engagement and stronger feedback. Over time, trust and loyalty compound, turning the initial constraint into defensibility. What began as restriction becomes a moat competitors can't replicate. You know a moat is forming when demand outpaces access and quality improves as you grow. Scarcity signals value, while rising quality shows resilience. Together, they compound into defensibility. More people want in, but those inside get better outcomes. That tension between limited access and expanding strength is the hallmark of a moat taking shape. Edge, multiplied by reinforcement, divided by time, equals defensibility. A small edge alone isn't enough. It must be reinforced through systems, trust, or data. Over time, reinforcement compounds, turning fragile advantages into durable moats. The longer the edge holds and strengthens, the harder it becomes to replicate, making defensibility the product of compounding discipline. List 3 edges, small advantages like faster onboarding, unique distribution, or tighter community. Test each to see which compounds with time, strengthening instead of fading. The edge that grows becomes defensibility. Protect it, reinforce it with systems, and let compounding transform it into a moat competitors cannot cross, turning a simple edge into lasting dominance. Download the Moat Builder template to start codifying your edges into structured, testable blocks. Then, join the live community session, where peers share how they've turned constraints into defensibility. Together, you'll refine frameworks, compare notes, and see compounding edges in action. The perfect mix of tool plus tribe to build lasting moats. Link is in the description.